come to order. Please rise for the pledge. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome to the village board meeting of October 27th, 2025. Roll call, please.
Terry?
Here.
Smith?
Here.
Kraus?
Here.
Diachenko?
Here.
Stacy?
Yep.
Gardner?
Here.
Okay, in your packet you have minutes from the last meeting of October 14th. Would someone like to make a motion to approve?
So moved.
There's a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Roll call.
Who seconded?
Roger.
Terry?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Kraus?
Yes.
Diachenko?
Yes.
Stacy?
Yes.
Gardner?
Yes.
You also have minutes of the special meeting from September 15th. If nobody has any changes to that, would someone like to make a motion to approve those?
So moved.
There's a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Roll call.
Gardner?
Yes.
Stacy?
Yes.
Diachenko?
Yes.
Kraus?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Terry?
Yes.
Okay. Does anyone from the audience wish to address the board? All right. And village clerk, we have no report. Under my report, I have nothing. So we can go on to committee, finance and administration, trustee Kraus.
So I'd like to make a motion approving the list of bills and payroll in the amount of $156,768.14.
There's a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Discussion? Roll call?
Terry?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Kraus?
Yes.
Diachenko?
Yes.
Stacy?
Yes.
Gardner?
Yes.
And then consider a motion accepting proposal for municipal banking services. I'm sure everyone knows we've been beating this dead horse for a while. After meeting, careful consideration, finance, we're going to recommend to stay with our primary banking at First Community Bank. I think I've talked to most of you, a couple I haven't had a chance to talk to, but that's what the finance committee is recommending. So I'd like to make that motion.
Okay. There's a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Discussion? Roll call?
Gardner?
Yes.
Stacy?
Yes.
Diachenko?
Yes.
Kraus?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Terry?
Yes.
And then I'd like to discuss an agreement for accounting services with Passbrig and Associates. You want to take this one?
In the past, we had Maria Alexachuk reviewing our bank reconciliations. Donna does the bank reconciliations for all the accounts every month. And Maria was doing all of the reviews of those bank recs as a second set of eyes. Maria has passed away a few months ago. We had done a search and found Nathan Passbriggs. He took over at Maria's position in Crete, doing their bank recs and doing some other financial work. He actually works in their office part-time. He has an office there. And he offered to provide his services, which is nice because he's familiar with municipalities. He worked for, I think it was GovHR, is that the one?
I think so.
Which is a popular HR firm that works with a lot of governments, so he's very familiar with village government and how all of the finances work. So he would be doing the bank recs for the village moving forward and charge us on an hourly basis, depending on how much time that it takes. Maria was underbilling us. He will be billing us at $150 per hour, but let's see, and then after January 1st, it'd be $175 per hour. We don't anticipate those reviews to take very long on a monthly basis, so I don't think it will amount to a huge amount, but we wanted to make sure the village board was aware of the switch over the procedures. We didn't look at other agencies because he's more specialized in village municipal accounting and reconciliations, and he comes with a good recommendation from other villages.
And basically, it's just a check and balance on finance.
more set of eyes on all of our books to
Yeah.
make sure that anything, someone outside of the office is reviewing the financial reports.
And you said in talking to this individual, he's already made suggestions or comments about things we can do in the future to save or how to do different accounting.
I was not here for that meeting,
Okay.
Donna was.
That is correct.
So
Yeah,
he's got a good knowledge and understanding of all that.
he really does, yeah. He was also, worked for auditing firms, he's starting his own business, but he's familiar with Locus, and as Jeanette said, you know, government offices in general.
And also, I'm gonna, if you guys can hear me, chime in. He did auditing for, I think he said like 20 years, and he actually is very familiar with the current company that does our audits. So that'll be helpful as well.
What was Maria's time that she was billing, or what was her time and?
She wasn't even billing us half the time, she was kind of scattered, and she would come in and she would charge us.
She would come in on a Saturday, we would meet and, you know, spend an hour, kind of just going over, reviewing what I had already done. If I ran into any kind of situation, then, she would kind of help me resolve that in Locus. I do reconcile the accounts twice every month, once in Quicken and create the reports for all of you, and then I go back and reconcile them again in Locus, which we've had a couple of issues with the way Locus looks at our payroll. So that kind of a situation Maria would kind of help me with.
So we're thinking an hour a week?
In the beginning, it's probably gonna be more, cause he's basically a new employee, so he's gotta get familiar with it. But
And
as
once a
it
month.
goes on, the cost should go down. But
Or
initially-
once a month and not once a week.
Yeah,
I would say maybe 2 hours a month.
yeah.
Since we're signing an agreement, I need to make a motion on this. I wasn't going to, but
Yes, if you would make a motion, I'd also with that motion authorize the village president to sign the agreement.
Okay.
Appropriate.
So I will make a motion then for the village president to sign an agreement with Passberg and Associates for accounting services.
There's a motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second?
There's a motion and a second, discussion, roll call?
Terry,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Kraus,
Yes.
Diachenko,
Yes.
Stacy.
Yes.
Gardner,
Yes.
That's all I have.
Okay, public buildings and properties, trustee DeChenko.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to consider a motion approving a resolution authorizing the sale of 724 Penfield Street property as surplus public real estate. And that's the old police building.
And that would be, we would be listing it,
Yes,
the realtor.
yes, to the realtor. And then you want a resolution number for that? Or-
Yes.
That would be 2025-05.
I need to.
Never mind.
That's good. There's a motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second, discussion, roll call?
Gardner,
Yes.
Stacy.
Yes.
Diachenko.
Yes.
Kraus,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Terry.
Yes.
And that concludes my report.
Planning, building, and zoning committee, trustee Stacy.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to make a motion to submit a letter of non-objection to Will County Land Use Department for a special use permit for the construction of a commercial solar facility located on the property southeast of Beecher between Indiana Avenue and Corning Road. The proposed facility is located within 1.5 mile planning jurisdiction of the village of Beecher and will a copy plus or minus 0.26 acres of the 60-acre parcel. The solar array would be situated on approximately 2,200 feet south of East Indiana Avenue and is estimated to be built in 2026 and energized in early 2027. The life expectancy of the facility is approximately 25 years. After discussion, the Planning and Zoning Committee voted to recommend not objecting to the project.
So, Charity, do you have?
Yeah, I was saying, we actually have, yes, a couple people on the call, which will probably jump in right now.
Yep. This is Pedro Rodriguez from Black Swan Development. My colleague Roy Walker was traveling there. He's also joined by phone. I'm happy to share my screen if you are able to see us. So I'll do that. So we are a fully integrated development company based in Connecticut. We're active in Massachusetts, in New York, and in Illinois. We are a development company that focuses on acquiring land, so we actually don't lease, and we have a branch that performs the EPC, so we're building on projects that we develop in the land that we will own. This property will be roughly 60 acres, a portion of the property, the entire property owned by Thomas Engler, so we will be subdividing the area that we will need for the solar project. Out of the 60 acres, only 26 acres will be occupied for the solar project, as is shown in the map. The project itself is over 2,000 feet from the public road, and we will retain a right-of-way or an easement, or it will be part of the subdivision parcel. We're still going back and forth with the highway department from the Will County about that portion. And our point of interconnection will be right on East Indiana Avenue, connected to the existing three-phase feeder that is on East Indiana Avenue, and the substation that is located right in front of the property. Everything within the project will be on the ground, except for the poles needed to interconnect the project, which are required by COMET. Along with the application that we'll submit to Will County, we'll also include our operational maintenance plans, the commissioning plan, which are standard for project. We received some comment from the planning and zoning last week, in which they will recommend us that we added some extra landscaping to the plan, which we're happy to do so. Although, as you can see on the location of the project was coordinated with the farming itself, and also with the neighboring parcel to make sure they were not visible from the public road, and also the neighbors. So you can see there is a very thick natural screening from each side of the property. But in addition to that, we're happy to add more landscaping, which will include in our application patch. We're early into development of the project. We submitted the application to COMET. Based on the communication that we have had with them, there's capacity in the feeder and the substation, but we'll receive our feasibility study before we submit the formal application to Will County. We are looking to start all the wetlands and the rest of the surveys in the next month or so. I think it was mentioned when, I think I just wanted to clarify, because that, I can't remember if it was mentioned when they were introducing the project. The property is unincorporated into Will County. AG1 to a special permit. We already met with Will County last month, including the highway department and some other other department within the county. So we're just meeting with all the jurisdictions in preparation for our application to special use permit.
So at this point, if anybody has any questions for him.
Could you clarify which company that you're with? Is this Black Swan, the Indiana Avenue project?
Yeah, my company is Black Swan Development. Roy and I are the owners of the company. And yeah, that's the name of the company.
So essentially, they would be looking, because they're within the 1.5 mile planning jurisdiction, just for the village to not object to that. So we would draft a letter and send that to the county. And essentially what that does is requires, and I don't know the exact numbers off the top of my head, but if we objected to it, the vote, they would have to have more county commissioners vote for it than if we don't object to it.
And is there, I'm reading here, all villages within 1.5 miles of project area, $100,000 intended to support capital projects.
That's not it.
No, that's,
That's a different.
Yeah, that's the next one.
Oh, so I take it you guys don't have the $100,000 in yours? No, I'm actually serious.
yeah, no, that's.
No, that is not
So-
us. I don't know the details.
So is there an incentive?
No, I don't know the
for
details of the
project?
next project. But we're a community solar project. We're a 5 megawatt project. I don't know what the level of the next one.
I didn't catch anything.
Sorry, I was saying that we're a community solar project. I don't think that we typically offer those type of incentives, so not at the moment, no.
Okay, so if you're community solar, what do you offer our community? Is it in here, or can you tell me where it's at?
Matthew, to answer your question, sir, this is Rory. What we offer, sir, is we offer a discount in power to the local residents that can sign up for our solar program. So once the system is built and constructed and generating electricity, the customers can receive a discount on their bill from ComEd. And this is we're happy to send you information about this program. But any customers in Will County can take advantage of this program, sir, from this system. And it's similar to the system that's built just southwest of the property. That may be a little bit smaller, but it's
right.
similar to what the property, similar system that we are proposing to install.
So the incentive program's open to all of Will County, including our residents, but our residents don't have any kind of first come, first serve, or any kind of.
Well, they would just sign up, sir, for the program, and in which they would receive a 10 or 15% discount on their power.
In the village.
And again,
limits.
depending on, yes, again, and there'll be lots of systems enrolled in this program, sir, so I can't promise that they're gonna get energy from this system, but they will enroll in community solar and be provided a discount power from these solar facilities that are located throughout Will County.
Okay, so theoretically, our residents can sign up and not get anything, if enough people in Will County sign up for it.
Sir, I don't believe that is even close to being the case, because there's continuously more systems, so this project could take, sir, about, 500 homes, roughly worth of power. And so I think there's 80 projects in Will County. I understand your concern, sir, but I'm fairly confident that with the rate of new projects,
And
there's still a lot. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay. Well, I have one more question. Maybe it wasn't your development. What's the lifespan of this one? Is this one where it said 25 years? I think it's somebody else's.
Yes.
So what happens after 25 years? I know what solar is, I know how it works, I know what the sun is, but after 25 years, is it abandoned? Do you guys refurbish it? Like, what happens after 25 years?
Matthew, sir, I think I might answer this. The panels degrade at 0.5% a year. So the answer to your question is this system could last a lot more than 25 years. The typical lifespan, however, is 25 to 30 years, after which the system gets decommissioned. We will enter into a certain AIMA with the landowner that has very specific conditions precedent for the decommissioning. We have to post a bond. But to answer your question, sir, after 25 years, or when the system gets decommissioned, the modules are removed from the rack. They are disassembled. So the aluminum framing is removed, the glass is removed, and the silica is removed, and they are all disposed in an appropriate manner. They are all going to be recycled. In addition to that, the steel racking that the modules are located on and the piles that are driven into the ground that support the racking are all steel, and they will also be removed and recycled. And lastly, the pipe and wire that is in the ground that connects the modules to each other and then to the electrical infrastructure will also be removed. So the site will be as it was before we were there, sir, when the site is properly decommissioned.
Okay, and is there any, like, ancillary, like poles or wires or anything that wouldn't be removed? Or you're gonna return it to the condition it was as best you can?
Absolutely, sir.
Yes.
Come back to Enterprise. I still like their deal better.
Are there any more questions for,
Enterprise? Can I ask that?
All right, any more questions for Black Swan? Roger, were you making that motion?
Yes, I made the
Okay, to
motion.
submit a letter of non-objection. There's a motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second, any more discussion? Roll call.
Terry,
No.
Smith,
No.
Kraus,
No.
Diachenko,
No.
Stacy,
Yes.
Gardner,
Yes.
Okay. Motion did not pass. All right, thank you, gentlemen, they voted no for the letter of non-objection.
So the question is.
Thank you for your
do
time.
wanna send-
Just a
Do
second.
you wanna send a letter of objection?
Mhm.
If so, then that would need to be
A separate motion.
to do
Or
so.
we just,
Or no
or
letter.
just leave it no
You could
letter at
just-
all.
You don't have to do anything at this point, I just wanna make sure it's, we're not thinking we did one thing when we did.
Okay,
I'm fine with neutral.
leaving it new, okay.
Yeah,
So
I'm
with
fine
no,
with
yeah, so no letter whatsoever, not objecting or not objecting.
Correct.
Okay. All right, thank you, gentlemen,
Thank you for your time.
thanks. Okay,
Okay. I'd like to make a motion considering to submit a letter of non-objection to Will County Land Use Department for a special use permit for the construction of commercial solar energy facility located northwest of Beecher, south and north of Eagle Lake Road, and east and west of Ashland Avenue. The proposed project is located within 1.5 miles planning jurisdiction of the village of Beecher and will occupy various locations in the village of Crete and the township of Crete, Money, Will, and Washington. The operation date of the facility is anticipated to be in 2028, and within a section, the life expectancy of 30 to 50 years. After discussion, the planning and zoning voted to recommend not objecting to the project with the stipulation that a pre-annexation agreement be entered into for any parcels located south of Offner Road in Washington Township.
okay. So,
Motion.
hi. You've got Ryan on the call?
Yeah, I assume that's for me.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, thanks everybody for letting me call in remotely. I usually like to come in person, but we had our 16-week appointment for our pregnancy today, and happy to report all is well. Heard the heartbeat for the first time, so appreciate being flexible with the format tonight. And I'm happy to present what I presented previously to the Board of Trustees. Same presentation I can do that I did for the planning folks last week, but let me know it would be helpful.
Okay, do you guys need to see the presentation again, or,
I don't.
pretty remember, okay. One of the things we did discuss at Planning and Zoning Commission was, doing the letter of non-objection with the stipulation that pre-annexation agreement be entered into for any parcels that are south of Offner Road in Washington Township. The only legal conundrum is if you don't own the property, you can't very well pre-annex.
Correct, yeah.
But we did get an email from you, and I'll let you kind of go into that, of how you would, work with us on that.
Yeah, and so maybe what I can do is show the slide with the comp plan overlaid, if that would be like a helpful kind of point of reference, or I could just talk to the offer I made over email, whatever would be helpful. President Meyer, let me know.
Yeah, just give us an idea of what you went over by the email.
Okay, great. So in the planning and zoning meeting last week, we shared the same content essentially that y'all had seen when I was able to share in person. And I think the one kind of concern from the group was, maintaining that corporate boundary at the township line and ensuring that we weren't going to annex anything within the project that was south of West Offner Road to another village, namely Crete. So went back to my team, kind of talked about our thoughts and how we could kind of work something out with the village of Beecher. and was able to confirm an email that we can either commit to not annexing anything into the Village of Crete below that line, or as a flip side, pre-annex the parcels we do have ownership control, do have line of sight to ownership control on that are south of that line. So effectively the same, end result, I would say, for the Village of Beecher, but kind of maintains that corporate boundary that I was explaining to is kind of the goal of the village.
So are there some parcels that you do own south of Offner?
Yeah, there are some on Eagle Lake Road that we do have an option agreement on. We haven't closed on those parcels yet, so it'd be, I think we'd have to think on our side legally about how we'd handle a pre-annexation agreement on those parcels, but I'm sure we could do it, or we could do a commitment in writing of some form or fashion to not pre-annex or annex anything south of that line. So whatever would be of interest to the village, I think we're flexible.
And we already have an agreement that we would be potentially entering into them with, so that would be easy enough just to add into it, as we already have that contract that we'll be discussing and putting in place.
Yeah, this is our attorney talking, so he's here.
Oh, great, awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, so that agreement could be modified and maybe even kind of a hybrid of an agreement that nothing would be annexed to Crete south of Offner. However, any properties that are owned would be pre-annexed, something like that.
Yeah, I think that'd be totally fine. And if you'd like us to draft that, I'm happy to do that. Otherwise, if your council would prefer to start with an agreement, in that spirit, whatever works best for the village.
I will get with you guys on that.
Okay. And you have my email, I'm sure Charity or someone else can share. Great, awesome. And I just want to make a point of clarification. I know it was mentioned up on that the vote among the trustees was to offer this letter of no objection to the county. I also want to mention that this is kind of couched in this broader community benefit agreement that we talked about last time. So it's kind of within the context of that community benefit agreement, and so it's just to kind of provide some context for the group.
Does anyone have any other questions?
I had a question about the agreement. I actually was trying to find my own answer, but I couldn't. And Tim, I don't know if this is a question for you. Is there a time frame? I know you said the project should be completed around 2028. Is there a time frame, like when? Like, let's say the village had a project in 26, 27. We want to then submit that when your project's done in 28. Is there a certain window that we have to do a project within and use that 100,000? Or like if we were, no, okay.
Okay, yep, I understand. So, so my understanding is there a particular time frame in which we need to complete the project this would be named towards? Is that the question?
Yeah, or does a project, could we do a project in 26 if that's when we needed the money? And then ask for reimbursement in 28 when your project's done?
Yeah.
And I think, if depending on the timing of the, I'm sorry, did I cut you off there? I apologize.
I was just trying to speak to it. I just said that the agreement says basically the funding would come in from you guys when we first complete some things, which is anticipated about 2028. But you could do that and reimburse if you wanted. You could do that after that point in time. There's no limitations about what the project is. It's just capital in nature. And then has to be identified inside of that agreement.
Okay, that answers it. Thank you.
Yeah, so I think, we're the spirit of this, of the agreement is that we want to support something that's a tangible and meaningful benefit to the residents of the village. So, as opposed to putting that in the general fund, if that's dedicated towards whether it's emergency services equipment or park infrastructure or, a sidewalk project, water infrastructure, things like that, that kind of be felt and seen, experienced and appreciated by the kind of residents of Beecher. That would be the spirit of the agreement that we're offering.
Are we still available for the RISE grants then too?
The village itself is, I think it needs to be a nonprofit organization, which I don't think is too challenging to do. So I know other, and this is a fairly flexible instrument. I mean, at first and foremost, it's meant for NGOs and nonprofits, but I can kind of ask my team if that extends to villages as well. But typically, we've given those to nonprofits. We've given those to fire protection districts. But again, it's not a really strict program. We're trying to make sure that it is meeting the needs of the community. So certainly, we'd consider something if it was asked for from the village. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Any other questions? No? All right, so Roger, you made the motion to submit a letter of non-objection
Yes.
for the project. There's a motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
Discussion,
Discussion?
would that be in the context of also entering into the agreement?
Yes.
And finalizing that?
Yes, so, that would also be the letter of non-objection, along with, and actually we'll have to rework the agreement, but along with signing the agreement, probably pretty much simultaneously, and that would include, this pre-annexation arrangement that we're gonna yet to work out. Okay?
So basically a letter of objection with a condition type of thing, is that?
No,
No
we
letter.
don't- there would be no conditions on the letter of non-objection, it's just authorizing the entry into that community's agreement once it's finalized and sending out the letter of no objection.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Yeah, and I think our timing for the letter of no objection is we wanted to ensure that was before a zoning hearing at the county.
Do you know when that zoning hearing is?
It's likely to be, I think, at the earliest December at this point.
Okay.
So there's time.
Okay.
Yeah, there's at least all of November to put that together.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right, any further discussion?
Do we want to amend the motion to include the agreement?
Yes, so would you like to
Subject to
amend that motion as stated?
Yes.
Okay. Would you like to amend your second?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know what that
Mr.
motion
Attorney,
was?
could you give the entire motion?
Yeah, I believe the motion was to authorize the entry into the community agreement once it's finalized. And also based upon that, send out the letter of no objection for the zoning request. I'm pretty sure that's what you said.
I think that's what you said.
That sounds right to me.
All right, roll call.
Gardner,
Yes.
Stacy,
Yes.
Diachenko,
Yes.
Kraus,
Yes.
Smith. Yes. Terry.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay, and,
hang on one second, we're all set, and we will, be in touch, our attorney will be in touch with you guys to finalize that community benefit agreement.
Great, awesome. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for your time this evening. It's been great getting to know everybody in the village leadership, and we're really excited to support something meaningful for the residents. I'm sure you've got some great projects kind of up your sleeve you'd like to see better supported. So thank you, everybody, for your time.
All right,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
right.
Yeah, thank you.
And thanks,
Congrats.
Charity, as always. I appreciate your time.
Yeah,
Hope we get to
thanks,
see you soon.
Ryan.
So thank you so much.
All right,
Bye-bye.
Have a great evening.
you too, bye-bye.
You too.
Okay,
okay, and last, the next planning zoning meeting is scheduled for Thursday, November 20th at the Village Hall at 7 p.m. And that's all I have, man.
okay, yeah.
So back on the Earthrise agreement, the project identification is required inside of that agreement. So like we talked about a couple of weeks ago, if there's any ideas of what we could use that for, even if we wanted to do alternative language in there, so we're not exactly sure, but maybe there's one or two or even three things. As long as they're capital in nature, again, that's what we want to try to identify. So there's still time, we have basically the month of November, but again, 2 weeks goes by pretty quickly, and then another 2 weeks, and so,
Are we bound by any of that?
it's not really hard and fast, but it does try to identify so that those funds can be used towards that. So,
It's hard to identify what we're gonna spend
I know.
for 3 years.
I know. So I can always tweak that language as well to allow for, projects of similar nature, but again, having some idea of what you guys are looking to maybe put that money towards would be helpful.
Even if it's like a general idea, and that's super specific,
Public
but
works project.
just in capital, yeah.
It could be as simple as that, or park improvement projects, or.
There's two, and maybe a third.
Well, I thought the sidewalk
Sidewalks and
idea was
roads.
great,
Yeah.
I mean, they
Maybe
need
public
sidewalks
works.
over in Hunter's Chase, so kids can walk to school.
So, again, just something, if you could think about that a little bit, I don't know if you submit maybe those thoughts to Marcy or whatever, maybe some consensus at maybe the next meeting or so, but, that would be just important to put in there, so at least we kind of have an idea, we can, again, budgeting and different things like that, know that we at least have those funds kind of earmarked towards
That would be my email.
that general,
Those two things. I got the public safety project. There's my three ideas.
Yeah.
That's it.
Pretty much
I'm
covers it.
actually 100% serious. I mean, we
Write it
would
down.
You
identify-
don't want it to be super specific,
Identify
shoot
something
more
in
into
3
something.
years. That'd be here.
Roger, we're meeting at 6 o'clock, not 7.
Oh, that's right, I'm sorry, George, it says 7 here.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Oh, that's right, we did.
Yeah, change it to
My fault.
7.
You weren't even there.
I think she was on the phone, but still,
I
she
think
was
so.
not present, yeah. Okay,
She was going off Florida time.
yep.
See, thank
I
you.
got you, Charity.
All right, Public Safety Committee, Trustee Terry.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to make a motion approving the purchase of in-car cameras from Axon Enterprising in the amount of $60,255.51. Payment summary includes a payment of $935.43 in December of 2025, a payment of $36,870.12 in May of 2026, and a payment of $5,612.49 in June of 2027, 2028, 2029, and 2030. A portion of this cost will be offset by the reimbursement grant from Oletsky.
So,
Make that motion.
you're making that motion? All right. There's a motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second, discussion? Roll call?
Terry,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Kraus,
Yes.
Diachenko,
Yes.
Stacy,
Yes.
Gardner.
Yes.
I'd like to also remind everybody that trick-or-treat hours are from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Friday, October 31st. And also the chief has presented everything to all the trustees in reference to a grant. We are the grant recipients from ILEA to purchase 6 tasers totaling the amount of $17,926.80. So,
Well, we're just looking for permission to let me sign it, we're not gonna spend the money right now. But I have to have the grant signed by November 4th. I'll come before the board when we actually go to pay the fund, so. But I would like permission to sign the actual agreement.
do we have consensus on that?
Yeah, because it's not on the agenda, but yeah, consensus.
Free money, yeah, I think we're good.
Yes.
Yes.
Any objections to the free money? No.
He's got something else.
Todd likes that.
Someone speak up against it. I dare you.
I dare you.
Use the tape.
there's no.
Okay, so then Chief, you can sign that. Anything else, Chief?
Yes, I got one last thing. Lennar had an open house, and they had a door prize, like everybody who went there put in for it. And our mayor won the door prize of $250 of gift cards. And she gracefully donated it to Beecher Blessing. So we'll make sure that it goes to a needy family. So thank you very much, Mayor. That was very generous of you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Mayor.
And that concludes my report.
Art? And Public Works Committee, Trustee Gardner.
I'd like to consider a motion to approve a proposal for Metro Power to conduct maintenance and load bank testing on 6 village generators in the amount of $6,250. I will make that motion.
There's a motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second, discussion? Roll call?
Gardner,
Yes.
Stacy,
Yes.
Diachenko,
Yes.
Kraus,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
And leaf collection will begin this week. The final brush collection is Tuesday, November 4th, and the pickleball courts will be closed for winter beginning Monday, November 3rd. That's all I got.
All right. Economic Development Community Events Committee, trustee Smith.
Thank you, Mayor. I would just like to remind everybody that Lions Club is gonna have their Halloween in the Park, this Friday, Halloween, starting at 4. You can go there, get a free hot dog, and they're gonna have pumpkin smashing, I think, and train ride, so should be a good time. Face painting? That's all I have.
Are you going to the, is anybody going to that Will County, CED thing Wednesday morning?
Yes, I will.
You're gonna go? Okay, me too.
Yep, I will be there.
All right, it's a good meeting.
Yeah.
Alrighty, we're gonna need executive session, okay. Any old business to come before the board?
Yeah, the 4th of July Commission is meeting, this Wednesday at 6:30 here at the Village Hall.
Okay. And we're going into executive session for,
Personnel.
thank you. Would someone like to make a motion to adjourn into the executive session to discuss personnel?
I will.
There's a motion on the floor, is there a
Second.
second? All right.
What happens when you get formal?
Roll call. I think Jess.
Jess.
Yeah.
We're gonna try.